Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I
I can
hope.
certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I
Huh?
borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My
Vanished.
first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
Yeah.
I think it just might. Thank you.
So it's just
I don't like to
something,
imagine that my pupils
something
would lie to me.
little.
But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly.
Yeah, of
They
course.
were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
On balance. Okay. Let's do this.
What do you reckon we should do?
I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all striped. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Okay, you broke it. Good job. Good job, kids.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
For what?
just like Miss Middledore showed us.
Miss Middledore. And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
A what?
Miss Middledore said, the best way I see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
True, but you have to
then your
remember
work is
how you
already
put it
half done.
apart, that you know how to
Carry on.
put it together again.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Do I have to put them together?
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Middledor's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Oh, I have to do something. Alright. The arm, the pants, and the gear. We should start with the arm, then you put the pants onto the arms, and the gear is for, well, for balancing and stuff.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do arms do?
hold things.
Correct.
So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens. Fry bangers.
These aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
Correct.
But what if I wanted to weigh Goetz? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Of course not.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Mm-hmm.
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Mm-hmm.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledor's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move.
So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult.
Yeah.
So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
No, they should do it. Learning by doing.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
It's not over.
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's heirs.
So you don't need the wheel.
Heirs.
Yeah, heirs for the future.
Gear.
She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the Hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
Nope.
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirleigh, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirleigh.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Mystery. So, are we going back? Yeah, we're going back in just a bit. Let's talk to the boys, or to the children
Didn't
once
happen
more.
to forget anything, did you, Sid?
Okay, nothing else. Then let's go back.
Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Nah,
Please,
it's
there's no
fine.
need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs.
Oh,
Should have them
heirs.
follow in her footsteps.
I was wondering why they were saying
her fathers.
hairs.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the Hideaway of late?
I haven't seen
She
her.
told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Kanver. Is that not true?
Wait, she's not
No.
here.
It isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow.
Yeah, definitely.
That should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
And we are done with On Balance. Cute little side quest. Doesn't do much to the story, but it's still fine. So next one is close by over here.
Oh, that blasted book.
Did you lose your cooking book?
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it.
Huh? What
need
did
a
I
hand
do?
with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
Exactly.
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword.
What?
You remember Ivan's stew, right?
Yes.
Well, despite the look of the thing and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Yvonne had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing
Pride.
favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Yvonne said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something.
Again, why?
And if he does, I'll
Why
see if I can
aren't
find
you
your
talking to
ingredients for
him?
you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, it's fine. Of course I'm gonna do it. Not to be undone or outdone. I don't know. Didn't read it correctly, but still,
Seems the
you could have asked him yourself, right?
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Yvonne.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern.
I thought
Their
so.
ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I
Okay.
gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive.
Well, not quite.
Do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Sure. Yeah, not quite. We can't go there yet, right? Gonna take a look at the map. Obtain some Saints Bond at the Northreach coast. Okay. Yeah, we can't fast travel here. I thought so. Not yet. Okay, we're gonna activate the other side quests as well, and we're gonna take a look at the hunts as well. So, next one is over there, and I've seen it before, and this is Goetz.
What am I gonna do?
Alright, let's ask about the skies before we go for an eye for an eye. These noises are so funny. I reckon these guys are enough to give anyone the collywobbles, but I'm not gonna sit around hanging my head and twiddling my thumbs. Did enough of that back in Twinside while you were busy fighting that horrible dragon, and then that even horribler one.
But no more.
From now on, I'm gonna do what you lot do and properly pull my finger out, no matter how much my knees are knocking. Can't have Nun and Blackthorn thinking I'm a great big wet blanket now, can I? So don't you worry about me, you just stick to what you do best, saving the world. Alright, an eye for an eye.
Is everything alright, Goetz? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dalimil way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies.
Nah, she wouldn't.
Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
And actually, she was quite
Thanks,
mean to me
Clive.
here and there.
You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of
Sure.
course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Right then, let's go to Charon.
Lady Charon, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the Hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
What the
Just
hell is a popoto?
Asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you?
Of course not.
Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
I do
You're
know.
right, Lady Charon. I apologize.
He was just
It was wrong of me
saying
to doubt you.
what he heard.
No,
It doesn't
it
mean that
was.
he thinks it's
No.
true.
I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Yeah.
Of course. Good day.
Right, I think we need to go to Dalimil. Let's take a look. First, okay, Goetz.
I spoke with Lady Charon
What did she say?
that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Charon ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Yeah, I think somebody's just bad-mouthing her because they want to sell stuff and she's in the way. Rendezvous with Goetz in Dalimil. But we still can't do that. We're gonna make our way to the reading table. And there's just one, a humble request by Sebastian Rutherford. Sebastian Rutherford. Oh, how do you say that? Seneschal? To Lord Byron Rusfield. Master Clive, I apologize for this sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed lord uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to the attending of bandits in back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If it please you, my lord, what is that word, prithee? Come and see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Sure, gonna do that.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant?
Yeah.
Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Yeah, let's prioritize that, but I'm still certain we can't do this as well. Yeah, everything is locked so far. Right then, let's take a look at the hunt board. And here is once again the dilemma that we have all the quests which are active on the right side, and it's actually quite annoying to see them all the time. Nothing I can do. Still, too bad we can't get rid of those.
Did you see that?
Hello, Furball. Ask about Nectar's adventures. Oh, he's gonna tell me more. I'm gonna try to read as quickly as possible. We know he's just talking very quickly. If you wanna read it in total, you have to pause here and there, right? Did I ever tell you about the time I flew all the way to the bottom of the Zemikis Basin?
What did you find down there?
A deeper understanding, Kupo. From the outside it seems so mysterious. Where does all the water go to, Kupo? Why does it never fill up? Those were the questions I flew into to find answers to, Kupo, but instead I found out something about myself. I can't swim, Kupo. Oh, so funny. Right. Oh, there's just one, and this looks like... Oh, wolves. It's a pack. Or the pack. A team of cursebreakers traveling through Tabor to the fields of Korava were met by a group of hunters from the village who warned them not to stray too far from the main road. For in a gully not far hence rested a pack of wolves that even such practiced hunters as they would not dare to wake, despite the fine luster of the animals' pelts. Too many of their friends had succumbed to temptation, only to be torn limb from limb. South of Tabor, Dalmacia. I think we should be able to do that because we are on our way to Tabor anyways. So we should come across them at some point. So as always, I'm going to take a picture that I know that we have to do this. And we're gonna continue. But before we actually leave, I'm gonna take one more look at Harpocrates, if there's anything new we can learn. And if not, we're gonna make our way to Krozjit Echoes.
I was wondering when next you'd visit.
Okay.
One can only speculate as to why fried mortress of skyworm might have fallen out of favor. Perhaps the rampant popularity of the dish led to a decline in the blueback wyvern population. Or perhaps fashion is to blame. A sprig of cheerful yellow drake's mint pinned to the lapel was once quite the statement among Sanbreque's fashion-conscious nobility. Regardless, the only place you'll now find both herb and dragon is on the coast near Northreach.
I knew that already, but okay. Nice.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Just a few, so just a little bit. Shouldn't be too much. Yeah, it's not that much.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Sure, persons of interest. Ultima, Joshua's findings. The otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that has plagued Valistia. Ultima requires a vessel in which to inculcate his disembodied soul, and Clive's curious ability to absorb the powers of other icons suggests that he is the very mythos that Ultima has long awaited. He wills Clive to absorb the other icons that his vessel might be perfected. Yeah, we know this about him already because we have seen him talk about mythos, but of course the others don't. Lay of the land. Tabor. An ancient settlement in central southern Dalmacia that seems to cling to the very cliffs which dominate the landscape of the region. Its proximity to the free cities of Kanver gives Tabor a ready market for the high-quality leather its tanners produce, as well as the salt and minerals mined from beneath it. The town's long history of isolation, however, has clouded the parts of its residents, and to this day many remain unwelcoming to outsiders. That was quick. Mysteries of the Realm is left, and I think probably just one, okay, 2 things. Engineering. The technology of the fallen civilization was highly advanced, and though many an archaeologist and engineer has sought to study the workings of the curious contraptions they left behind, little light has yet been shed on their secrets. This reminds me a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, because you have like new technologies and stuff and robots and so on, and people are hunting those robots and dismembling those to figure out how they work and to create better gear, so for armor and weapons and stuff. So this is quite similar. Engineers of the present day largely learn from the other. Indeed, the knowledge that Mid learned in the University of Kanver, she now shares with the children of the Hideaway, that they might one day stand on her shoulders. And lastly, mythos. Clive's power. The name by which Ultima addresses Clive. It appears to be his title for the vessel for limitless power that he means to make of the young Lord Macres. The being identifies Clive as the mythos he has long sought by virtue of his awakening as the dominant of Ifrit, and having the power to absorb the ether of other icons. Right.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Yes, I did. We're gonna move on and make our way to the Krozjit Echoes. So I hope we can... Oh, Central Dalmatia. So I hope we can just activate this obelisk and then make our way to these side quests. That would be great, because I would like to finish those before we continue. But I have a feeling we have to do this first. Cloak and Dagger.
It's like a dream. The 4 of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in
The
danger.
Krozjit Echoes.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Kanver was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Okay.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Alrighty. Oh, perfect. We can actually make our way to the other side quests. We're gonna do this right away, but before we do that, I forgot to read the little text on the bottom left, so let's take a look. The Krozjit Echoes, Central Dalmatia. A wind-blasted sprawl of bottomless ravines, latticed with the colossal flotsam of a people fallen. Right, so... we're gonna start with this one, actually. And we're gonna obtain some Saint's Bonnet on the North Reach coast and defeat a blueback wyvern there as well to get the food or the ingredients for a next recipe. And for that, this is not to be outdone. This is number 3, which is all the way up here in Northreach. Alright, it's behind the city or the town, or whatever, and then over there. Okay, let's go.
Harpocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
But first we're gonna slay this wyvern.
This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with.
Already half dead. Whoa! Oh, this was the phoenix. Oh, I thought that was the wyvern. And done. Easy peasy. Yeah, I didn't know that Joshua's using... I don't even know what that was, but it was quite cool. There's the raptor liver. Some naturalists believe that it is the blue-back wyvern's proclivity to feed on carrion that results in their livers becoming so engorged, and that the saints' bonnets with which they follow their meals serve to ameliorate this effect. Others claim that it is the blooms themselves which cause the damage, the wyverns being so taken with the flower's taste that they cannot resist.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs.
Yeah.
Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Over there. Why isn't he taking the weapon away? I would like to run quicker. Weird.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Awesome.
Better head back.
Yeah. Let's do this right away. New quest available in the Alliant reports as well. Okay.
Appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do.
Won't it take some
Those
time?
grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
Sometime later. Oh, those
And
look
here we
like
have
chicken
it.
wings in a way.
Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So... delicious?
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Not yet. At least not... what I mean not now. That was not to be outdone. Alright then. On we go to the next one. So... yeah, we're gonna go and... Actually, wait. Oh wait, actually before we leave, we're gonna go to the Alliant reports. Yes.
How are you doing? Here you go.
Fine. Alright, the Dalmatian Republic. Bad blood. Wounded Republican soldier at Krozjit Echoes. Ah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go there later. Yeah, okay. So, first we will go to Dalimil and rendezvous with Goetz. Let's prioritize that. And make our way south.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Charon's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil.
Well, that's not right.
Where exactly?
It's someone
She has a stall here in the market.
someone
But
posing
if
as
you're
her.
not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
Okay then, let's make our way there.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Of course not.
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Charon hasn't left the Hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
Actually, let me.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, but be careful, Clive.
I always am.
You too, Goetz.
So, let's take a look. Right, out there, and then to the right. Let's do this.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys,
You're talking about
he's
yourself?
all yours. But that sword is mine.
Yeah, nah.
Speak now, and we can pretend this didn't happen.
You guys up for a dance? Let's just wait for them to come down. Easy peasy. So, Yarrow, you fool.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to
shit.
Charon's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
You're
What were you going
doomed.
to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Charon. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalimil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
I would.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone. Before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
Exactly. Right at this moment,
to find Goetz.
he would have a fireball at the
Right
back of
now.
his head.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty pated lout!
It's not even touching you.
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood!
Goetz, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others.
And how did she do that?
Loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goetz, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself.
Goetz, no.
Enough, all of you!
Charon.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs.
Wet legs? Because he pissed himself?
You bitch!
Funny.
Everything that happened. It was all your fault. And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Still don't know what she did. That was Goetz. Quite certain.
Goetz, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself.
You had your eyes closed.
So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye.
Oh.
Wise words, wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
So he's the reason why she lost an eye.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he still alive?
Is he?
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It ain't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean?
Depth perception will be
don't
difficult
tell me you didn't
if you have only one
notice.
eye.
Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goetz into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the Hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
See ya.
Remind me never to cross you, Charon.
Well, we could fend her off if we wanted to. Do we have to go back? Yeah, we have to go back and speak with Charon.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goetz. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
That's called loyalty.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
And probably
That's
love.
maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalimil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Exactly.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister.
Aww.
I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
That's fine. I'm kinda rich anyways. Right, done with an eye for an eye. Family is important. Oh, what do we have here? A continental censer. According to Charon, a censer packed with herbs and ambergris can ward off everything from insects to the plague, protect a home from thieves and demons, and heal any number of ailments, all while bringing love and fortune. So you can read. Congratulations! Charon. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Nice, nice. Let's take a look at it right away. Right, there it is. Continental censer. An ornate brass censer from beyond the outer seas, gifted to Clive by Charon for his assistance in clearing her name. According to the cantankerous shopkeep, when packed with herbs and ambergris and left to smolder, the fragrant smoke produced can ward off everything from insects to the plague, protect a home from thieves and demons, and heal any number of ailments, all while bringing love and fortune. Very nice. And then there's only one more side quest missing. We're gonna prioritize Smooth Like Butler and join Rutherford at Martha's Rest.